I have a long history with the police. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like my opinions changed a little bit over the years. You know what I'm saying? Obviously it
Yeah.
used to be all out just hatred and just all out disrespect on site every time I would see them. But there was the situation in 2012, which that's what I sent you the paperwork about, bro, where I fucked up. I fucked up big time, bro. And I acted on something that really wasn't happening, dog. And I put it all on the line. And at the end of the day, and this is some real shit to say, and a lot of people are gonna be like, damn, like that. But on some real shit, bro, them police had every right to fucking blow me away, dog. They did.
Right.
Because I snapped out. I'm not gonna go all the way into the details right this second, but I snapped out, ended up in a situation where I thought I was defending myself at the time, and we'll get into that later. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I ended up like emptying out, like, man, a few clips. Like, bro, every bullet I had
So you were like,
over about a 10 or a 15-minute situation. I shot every bullet I had till I got down to one. Now, by this time, my neighbors must have called the police, or somebody must have called the police. But when they
mhm.
came with no sirens, like stealth, and they came deep. Okay? So I'm like,
Mhm.
damn. So as they're thumping on my door, I'm like, I don't even want to let them in, dog. You know what I'm saying? I just smoked the whole crib, dog, all type. I don't even know really the aftermath, none of that type of shit. Like, bro, like, I'm not opening my door for them. They get to thumping, they get to pounding. Now they done heard gunshots and felt them. That's how close they were. If you know how
Yeah.
that is, you know. So one cop described hearing them and feeling the gunshots. That's how they even located where I was even at. Even after the call, they were about to leave, dog. They were about to just leave, like didn't know. So
They, so
when
they didn't
everything
even
was
know
said and
they
done,
didn't even know if they was coming to get a body. They didn't know
man,
what
look,
was going
what they thought it was, is they thought it was a domestic, and they thought that I had killed my wife and potentially my child or something. But mind you, my son didn't live there, and neither did my wife or my baby's mom. But when they came in, they saw pictures on the wall, and they're like, where's your family? Like, where are your kids at? Like, what's bro? But first of all, they got to kicking on the door, and they didn't know what they were coming into. Now, honestly, man, bro, I've been through some shit, but I don't know how many people are gonna be brave enough to hear gunshots, run to where they know they're coming from. No, it's not a joke at all. Kick the door down and be able to face somebody crazy than a motherfucker, dog. Still strapped up,
on.
pistol
Crazy.
smoking, gun in the air. They're still ready to go. They didn't know I had one bullet, bro. But they saw that look in my face, and it's in the police report that I sent you. One cop describes that look on my face, bro. Like, bro, I was just somewhere else, man. And it was now imagine this. There was 5 cops, but they sent the woman in first.
Oh.
How do you send the woman in first? But honestly, if it wasn't the woman sent in first, I'd have been out of here. Because I remember one of the police from the back, the Asian cop, be like, and he had the right to say this. He was like, man, I'd have blew your motherfucking head off if she wasn't standing in front of me, man. And I knew it, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, bro, so I was in that scenario. They had me dead to rights. They didn't really know who they were running up on because it happened so fast. Now, maybe if that was like a planned raid now to flex on them, they'd
Yeah.
have whacked me because they had already knew what they was coming to. But bro, they spared my life, dog. They spared my life, and they ain't have to. So
So
that
so
made
you
me.
say that so you say that to really say, like, when
They
you
didn't have
speak
to
about
kill. They don't got to kill a lot of people, dog. If they ain't kill me, they can give a lot of people a pass, bro. Now, I sent you a clip of one of my homies that I didn't know he had passed away until I saw a commercial of it on like a YouTube video of a justified police homicide. And then I
yeah.
seen my man in the clip I sent you, did you look at it? The YouTube clip?
Yeah, yeah,
All
he
right.
went crazy.
That's what, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like, now the police. Now I've been shot before too. Now recently, so I know that experience now too. Now, so what I'm gonna say is, what I've been through, I'm not giving chase to anybody that's armed, and if I have to, and I've already been blasted, I can't even take no chances with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that cop begged him. He begged him. He begged him, but my boy was begging him too. Like, no, don't shoot me. Like, I don't got a gun. No. But the cop was just saying, throw it. You're not getting away. See, I've been locked up in prison with him, or in the workhouse with him, which is like a county jail type prison, 1 year type thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fam, honestly, because the situation is closed and done and over with,
Yeah.
and it can't hurt nothing, fam, he was in there for getting drunk, busting the heat off in the air or something similar to that. And he was like, man, I'll be getting drunk sometimes and I'll be just letting off. Man.
Right.
And then I see this video like 10, 12 years later, bro, of this unfolding and my man losing his life, bro. And I'm
So,
like, damn.
hey, tell me about the prisons. Tell me about what is that? What state is that?
Minnesota DOC.
Minnesota.
You know what?
Tell me
Minnesota
about Minnesota.
DOC is so what's the word, man? It's so full that we're just gonna skip that right now, because I'll explain it like this in a nutshell. I didn't see nothing in prison. Like nobody had a knife, nobody had drugs, and that was, I mean, not that it has to be like that, but bro, people had charges on them where it's got to be like that. You feel me? And it wasn't like that. And I'm like, damn, bro. So what I saw was the weakest shit I ever seen in my life. I never seen so many criminals follow the rules. Yes, sir. No, sir. Work for 25 cents an hour in like faithfully and don't want to get fired, but then can't get out here in society and do the same thing.
Hey, California, we was making like 13 cents an hour.
Well, and that's really what they're making here, because they take half of it. They take half of it if you got fines.
Hard working slaves.
Fam, so look, like I'm gonna tell you, like when I went to the joint, I was only there for like 7 months, and they made me go to school because I didn't have a G. I never really went to high school, even as a kid. Like I went to like elementary school, but then once I started getting in trouble with the police, like school is just something you don't have to do anymore. Once you have court dates, it's like you do the court dates, and if you don't land somewhere, then you'll.
Yeah.
So I slid through the whole juvenile system, damn near got certified when I was like 17 or 18, and then I slid out of that charge, and then I came into the adult system. Just with the first time I had a charge was an adult charge. It was never like a juvenile shit carried over and no shit like that. I never went to prison until I was 37 years old, 38 years old. I went to prison late, and so I was a little bit more observant to things, and I was less impressionable about shit. So my whole what I got out of prison is, man, like if you motherfuckers are gonna come here and y'all are gonna act like this, and it's not even that I'm mad at you for breaking the law, it's that I'm mad at a lot of these guys for how you act after you got caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of weak shit, bro. It wasn't no action. It just was like, bro, anybody could have just fronted like they were hard in the joint. You could have been 5'1" straight pussy or 6'6" killer. It didn't even matter. Everybody was like almost treated as an equal, dog. It was whack. So I realized to myself, I said, you know what? This shit just ain't for me, man. Like, I'm not gonna rat my buddies out or just fold someday over some jail time. What I did is I actually changed my life. You know what I'm saying? I actually changed my life instead of like, you know, they say the definition of insanity is like
doing the same thing,
doing the same shit over and over, bro. And like, I've really had to analyze myself psychologically over the decades, man. And man, like, shit's just not, it ain't what I thought it was, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I thought it was. I'm 42, and bro, I went to prison. What did I say? 37. I got shot when I was like fucking 39. Like, dog, it's way too fucking late in the game to be getting hit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's never really too late, because you know, shit, a lot of us might go out like that. That might be the last day we have might be some shit like that, bro. And it's like,
Right.
man, like, and the fucked up thing about it, D, honestly, bro, is I
Wow.
don't even know if I really want to say this on like on. I mean, it's not like it's national television, but bro, I have like a problem. Like, I have being grateful that I survived that shit.
Man, yeah,
And
sure.
it bothers me that that I'm not totally grateful. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I have to really think like I got an 18-year-old son, so it ain't about me. It ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I gotta realize sometimes, bro. It's really not about me at this stage of my life. I already had them times, you know what I'm saying? And shit. So I went to prison, got out, and was like, man, this shit is whack, dog. Whack. And I'm like, whack. Like, okay. I can't, I'm not insane. I might be a little off sometimes, but I'm not insane. So I had to really be like, okay, I'm gonna try some different shit and see what kind of result I get from that. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I got good results. I had to go through it. You know what I'm saying? I got betrayed by some motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, for changing my life and not really being a valuable asset in the street like that. Once you become not that non-valuable asset when you were before, dog, it's like you was never nothing, man. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
It just happens like that. So I get out of prison. I start working at the Rodeo nightclub, trying to change my life around. That's where I meet the cop.
From the
cop. So I will get right to it, right?
We'll get right to the 200 pounds of pressure dude.
You said what?
The one that put his knee on his neck.
Okay. They were cops at the 3rd precinct, which was the precinct that they burn up. This shit happened about 2 miles away on 38th in Chicago in a different neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But it was ironic about it.
What's the neighborhood like?
The neighborhood, ironically, I'm gonna tell you, Dirty. It actually, and I don't really get much into this stuff really very often, but because you asked, I'm gonna go into it. It happened right in front of a store that's like an icon in the blood neighborhood around here. Okay, so I'll just give it to you like that. You know what I'm saying? So it happens in front of a store, but honestly, in this city these days, you can just go wherever you want. It doesn't matter. But this place has always been what it's been, even to 2020. You know? So he got killed in front of this place that was already a hood spot. You know what I'm saying? Now, but it started, I guess the situation started back over by the 3rd precinct at the nightclub where we worked at. Now, what I did, I was like a doorman, night security, and there was maybe like, I don't even remember too well, bro, but there was maybe 6 to 10 of us from time to time. If there was a big event, they'll call some more people. Now, the only time I really seen George around there was during big events, because during the time I worked there, which was probably less than a year period, the time that I worked there, a different person was the manager. But I remember how big he was, just seeing him. And this all came back. It didn't come back right when I saw this scenario. I really didn't thought I knew anything about either one of them. I just thought they were both randoms. I really didn't think I knew the cop. I didn't realize for like 3 days until I really looked at his face. You know what I'm saying? So
the
cop was hired by the nightclub, off duty, but in uniform. So he would maybe come through the nightclub from time to time. He was a real asshole, bro. To be honest with you, like he kind of fucked with people because he knew like maybe some people don't got their documentation, stuff like that. It was a Latino nightclub. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he liked to pull his pepper spray out. You know what I'm saying? Like he used to, you know, he was an asshole to some people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not gonna sit on here and lie and say he ever did anything to me. There's a time I was at the bus stop because this was when I got out of prison. I didn't want to make no mistakes. I wanted to keep my license, and I had like a work permit or something like that. So I was like taking the bus from somewhere, and he offered me a ride, bro. And I was like, nah, I'm good, you know, because I just didn't want to be seen getting out of his car for any reason. And people don't really like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, I don't even really, you know, I just refused the ride. You know what I'm saying? You know, dude was an asshole. He was just there to get his couple of extra $100 a night. You know what I'm saying? So I guess at some point, him and George must have had some kind of issue. Now, this is when either before or after me. I would assume it's after me because if it was before me, I don't think they would have brought the cop back. But it is possible. He could have got his job back. George might have been like, I'm doing something else. In this industry, everybody, this is like come and go all day. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like security for life or nothing, man. It's like real come and go shit, man. And so he knew, if you could see in the video when he's like, oh yeah, you're a tough guy, huh? Remember when the cop said that to him in the video? You could, now, before I knew anything, before I even recognized the cop, I was like, that just seemed kind of personal to me, man.
Yeah.
The way he said that. And now come to find out, they knew each other, and that's for sure. My wife's trying to sleep. Wow. They knew each other, that's for sure. Now, another one of the rumors is that George fired the cop as when he was head of security, which he could do that. Now, it normally would be Maya, who you probably saw come on the news and be like, yeah, he worked for me at the rodeo. If you might find a news clip of it, you know what I'm saying? But she's the owner of it, or was the owner of the place. So he was really employed by her. But I would say if you're head of security and you got a problem with the police that you hired, you can get rid of them if it gets that bad. So it's very likely that that's true, that the cop did get fired from his off-duty security job in uniform.
So you mean to tell me the murderer knew his victim?
And that's almost, I'd almost 100% guarantee that that's facts in the FBI's investigation right now. I know that he knew him. Listen, I know for sure he knew him. The owner of the club even acknowledged that they knew each other. She acknowledged that. So now it's like, now there's no way out of it. Now that's why he got charged with murder, because that fact came out and they're like, damn, they only hit him with the 3rd-degree murder. That's just going to spark more chaos and more shit, I would assume. And now I'm going to tell you, this shit's going to probably keep like getting worse and escalating. And, Minneapolis, South Minneapolis just kind of had like somewhat of a damn, what's the word? Damn,
unrest.
like, you said what?
Unrest.
No, like a rehab. Like they fixed up a lot of things, and like, yeah, they turned the old Sears building to like a loft apartments. They just did a lot of things in South Minneapolis to build it up.
They revamped it.
They revamped it. And the police pulled that bitch move, and then they just stood by. Well, it all burned. And then, bro, look, so now I at my age, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't even, honestly, bro, I had time to like go out there the first night right by the police station, and there was about maybe 30 to 100 cops, because they were coming on buses too, and they were just holding the line. They were letting everything burn except for the police station. Target, everything was getting looted and burned in front of the police station. They wouldn't come out of the barrier. They wouldn't come out of their perimeter. So at some point last night, they breached the perimeter, burned down the police station, burned down the rodeo, burned down the nightclub, burned down Target, burned down, bro, they burnt down all down Lake Street. I don't know what streets are big where you're at, bro. Lake Street, like over north, you got Broadway. Over south, you got Lake Street. And these are streets that like run through the main street that runs through. So it started to go down Broadway. It came down Broadway till about around Popeyes. They ain't burned Popeyes though. They ain't fucking with Popeyes, man. I sent you a picture and it said on the site, it said black owned. Did you see that? I'm gonna send it to you. Now I don't know if I believe that sign, you know what I'm saying? But it's saving them. But the one over south didn't get touched neither, bro. Yeah, so they burnt up like O'Reilly's. Everybody in the city now has boarded up their business. A lot of places are out of boards to board your windows. Like, bro, honestly, like, shit, like I'm in a clandestine location outside of the city right now, but I damn near feel like I should be on the north side, bro, because I don't see it reaching my neighborhood, bro. Like that. And if it does, we're not gonna start burning each other's shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's not gonna go that bad, you know what I'm saying? But it's just gonna be a lot of businesses. I don't even think really it's gonna be like I think McDonald's might have got torched. A lot of the businesses over north already look torched.
What was that shooting at? The shooting when they said 7 people got shot there, right?
You said what? Here?
Like someplace, I can't forget where it was, but like 7 people got shot and they was rioting. But I had been said that like 2 days ago, what's gonna happen is remember in the LA riots, the little girl, I think her name was Tasha, that got killed during
Was by the Asian lady or something like
by
that?
the Asians, yeah, like the Asians at the store, and that kind of changed the dynamics of the riot because store owners started shooting people, and that's what's gonna start happening out there.
Okay, well, let's go into that. Okay, so a guy at Pawn America, that's like about Pawn America's about 1 mile from the 3rd precinct. It's where like all the high-end jewelry, but bring your fucking jewelry tester, bro, when you go there. Cause man, don't trust them motherfuckers, bro. So anyway, my man in there, I guess, somebody ran in there and tried to loot that spot. He laid him down. You know what I'm saying? But
What?
here, bro, you can't just lay somebody down, dog. You go to jail still. You go to jail still, dog.
Oh, it's no self-defense.
Let me tell you, dog. If you run up on me and try to blast me, and even if you shoot me and I take your gun from you, bro, and I dump you out, I'm still going to jail. There is no self-defense. It's a duty to retreat law.
Wow,
Minnesota.
dude.
It makes you guilty of every kind of self-defense you're gonna try to cop. The only way that you're not guilty, bro, is if you don't have a cell phone or any access to a phone in and you can't call the police. But you're out in Minnesota. If somebody comes at you, if I start shooting at you and if you start shooting at me, I'm supposed to fall back and call the police. If I can't, then I can defend myself. You know, then whether you're a felon and all that's going to come into play, whether the gun's stolen, that's going to come into play. You know, all that came into play back in 2012. That was a big part of the reason that I only got probation for the reckless discharge, spazzed out, and damn near went at the police, all that, bro. Like they could have easily charged me with brandishing on the officers, bro.
Is that an open carry state?
Fucking, all right, let me tell you. All right, I got a police story about that. So they started doing the open carry pistol shit, right?
Yeah.
Right. Then a brother over in St. Paul named Philando Castillo had his banger, and the police, I think it was a Latino police officer, not that it matters, but the police ran up on him and was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Well, I got a pistol." And he reached for his permit, and the cop just aired him out, dog. Just like we all kind of know, even if we got a permit, they might burn us. That happened here. Google this shit. Google it.
Wow.
Philando Castillo. That happened. So it happened. It was recorded on tape. That shit happened on tape.
Wow.
On tape. But it was like the end of it. I don't think the whole thing is like this girl somehow was able to pull out her cell phone in the middle of a cop wetting him up for reaching for a piece of paper and start recording. Now, if that I got heart. If that happens, I'm not reaching for a cell phone in that scenario. You know what I'm saying? Because so it was real weird that she even had that footage, in my opinion. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dude got wet up. He passed away. You know what I'm saying? Had a permit to carry. Cop fucking wet him and got away with it, to my knowledge.
So they got rid of the open carry?
Well, you had to have a permit. It's not open carry. Now, here's open carry is where you don't even have to have a license. The whole state just gives you you know, that's like Montana, Arizona, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then there's states where you have a concealed carry. Open carry means you're carrying it around like Yosemite Sam hanging off your hip where you can see it. Now, concealed carry, to my knowledge, means your gun has to be concealed. You know what I'm saying? To my knowledge. Now, if you're gonna get a concealed to carry, just be squeaky clean, because what happened to dude, he got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For trying to hand the cop his permit. Ain't nobody going for their banger in front of the police when they got a permit to try to wet the police. Fuck.
Hell no.
So bro, a lot of people been fucked up by the police around here. I'm real surprised to see that. I think it's the youth out there.
Yeah.
It's like the 16, 17, 18-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I ain't had time to really do anything except for just kind of get out there. really like go like front row, front line, and just really look around and see what it was, just to see history like that.
How
But
long do how
I
long
had to
do
go
you think
right back to living my life.
how long do you think it would be until the city rebuilds itself?
Bro. It's just in the early stages of destruction, bro. Honestly,
And
man, they're gonna probably go after the brand new stadium, the brand new football stadium. I mean, bro, man, it's probably cracking off. Okay, so tonight they put a 8 p.m. curfew, but you can still be out. It's not like the armies. Now I sent you some pictures. Did you see the National Guard deployed?
that's in the bar. I seen them.
All right, so it's there's not. Let me tell you. Okay, so this city had a gun and drug problem at a point, and then
Yeah.
snitching, and then people being allowed to walk around afterwards made it so everything collapsed. The trust broke down, bro. Like man, you just can't do nothing around here no more, bro. Everybody used to come here from other states to get money and to bring things because we're up north as far as you get before you get to Canada. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
don't ever don't nope. This place is now it's no good, bro. So the streets
Hey,
have
hey,
been like,
hold on
yeah,
1 second. I'm gonna cut you off. But it's just been confirmed that what you said is exactly right. That it's been confirmed that they both worked at the same club where they were bouncers.
yeah. And honestly, bro, I I heard that story like 20 minutes after I came to the realization that damn, you know what? I knew the cop, I knew that for sure, but then I was like, oh, I just had to put it all together, bro, because when I seen it go down, I didn't think there was maybe a small chance I seen the cop around because, bro, I had hundreds of run-ins with the police, but I'll say they don't know me by name. I want, unless you're like up there and you really got intel, but your everyday
Yeah.
beat cop, he don't know me by my name, man. He might see me riding around, you know what I'm saying, but they don't know me. Like, bro, I got business cards in my car, pay stubs. Like, bro, I figured out how to get out of that fucking trap, bro. I figured
Yeah.
out how to get my credit together, even though it went bad when I got blasted, but I ain't mad about that. You know, it's cool. I ain't tripping. I'll explain that later. You know what I'm saying, bro? But that's one of the things I really want to get into people's heads is explain to them how this credit shit works, because
Yes.
it's like all that street credit shit is dead. Motherfucker ain't front no motherfucker nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to make your own way. But it's really not that hard. But credit is real ass backwards. And the way it's set up is there's no way to understand it without somebody giving you that blueprint. You don't
Uh-huh.
think this shit up. I don't understand why parents don't. My dad didn't teach me this shit. My dad, he was smart, but he didn't teach me about credit. I don't understand why parents don't teach their kids about credit. Like, I know he understood the shit. Like, so I taught my son about credit, and he's just turned 18. You know what I'm saying? So he got his first car. He's about to go to
Uh-huh.
college and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I didn't even go to high school. So, like, my son's doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. But he was, about a few years back, he was maybe on the wrong path, because when he first started smoking weed, I was like didn't want shit to him to do. I'm like, nah, I don't even want you smoking weed, doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was a hypocrite. So he stopped wanting to come around me, bro. So it took me about a
Mhm.
year maybe to figure out why my son didn't really want to be around me like all the time. We were hang out, bro. I thought it was
Yeah.
just for that, and I'm like, damn, he started smoking weed. He's not comfortable with it. With he's not
Smoking in
comfortable.
front of you.
I'm not comfortable with it. So now he's not comfortable with me. Some shit that I've been doing around him his whole life. So I had to check myself really and be like, damn, bro, like, fuck, man. So it was fucked up, bro, because the one thing I never wanted to do, I had to turn around and do just to keep our bond right, and just to, it's fucked up,
Yeah.
because I'm like, damn, I lays out with Shorty, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, what that did, bro, is it keeps him from venturing out and getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I won't let him run out and get in a scenario, because he'll want to spend, a few dollars on something.
How
I'm
old
like,
is
whoa, you
how old,
can't.
how old is he now?
He's 18. You know what I'm saying? So I just
How do you,
give him the best of the best and keep him at bay. Make sure he doesn't take that and
how,
give it to nobody else. That's yours.
how does he feel about the riots and what's going on? Because it's his age bracket. They probably some of the most important people involved
They
in
are.
them
They are,
protests.
dog. Okay. Okay. We're going to get right. I'm glad you said it. How does he feel? All right. My son, thank God he don't live in Minneapolis. He lives in a suburb about 20 minutes out, Y7. His grandma has been raising him up since Really since he was about like 5. You know, his mom's been in his life, I've been in his life, but his grandma has provided that foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A better one than I ever could have. You know what I'm saying? And God bless that lady, because bro, I've been through a bunch of shit and she knows it. You know what I'm saying? Going to prison at a late age, getting shot at a late age. Bro, like, come on, man. Like, my homie's getting blasted around me and her catching wind of it, but never took my son out of my life, man.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So, and she's an old ass white lady, bro. So we're gonna get into that because she's part of that generation that is dying off. That's part of my father's generation. You know what I'm saying? It's part of my mother's generation. You know what I'm saying? So my son, okay, so how he feels about it is he thinks it's amazing.
Hold on,
that he's surprised that this happened in his lifetime. Like, he didn't really think that would happen.
Hold on. You said mother is white, right?
Yeah.
And what is father?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm mixed with black and white. So
man,
I'm black. A lot of people get me confused for Mexican or like Native American. It's like sometimes people think I'm an Arab, but so my whole family is really mixed race, going back to my grandfather who passed away at the age of 91. I'm embarrassed I forgot what year. You know what I'm saying? So back in whatever time, my grandfather met my grandmother, who was like an old. My grandfather is rooted from Florida, and my grandmother is rooted from like some small place in Wisconsin. So they were one of the first. I'm not going to say first in the history by any means, but mind you, I said my grandfather died at the age of 91. So they were together. They were together when people didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even in my dad's time, his dad was kind of a piece of shit and a racist that I never met. But my dad had to take the whooping when he brought my mom home. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I got a lot of respect for my dad. We didn't really get along when I was younger and shit. I used to do dumb shit like go in his safe, steal his guns and shit, borrow him to the homie, not get it back type shit. Just dumb shit, dog. Like, I was a fucked up ass kid, bro. Like, I needed to, like, have my shit took from me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needed to sometimes shake my room down and really be like, damn, what the... And really... And now I understand it now, but at the time, I'm like, damn, like, bro, I bought them with an ID at the store. Like, you can't just take my shit. I want my joints back. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't a felon until I was 38. So I had a gun permit, exercised my right to bear arms, all that kind of shit. Up until, boom, in 2012, you know what I'm saying? Where, honestly, I should have lost the privilege to bear firearms in that incident no matter what, because I lost my mind. I became unhinged.
You almost
after
lost
all these years.
You almost lost
what?
to breathe in that situation.
You said what?
You almost lost the privilege to breathe.
You ain't bullshitting, dog. You know what I'm saying? And they had the right to take that from me too. So, you know, I'm not just one of them cats who've been in the streets who's like, yeah, fuck every cop. They're all bitches, which that's a lot of how it's going to be most of the time. But bro, like, I got to keep it real, bro. I ain't just can't be a one-sided fake ass motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some cops, them cops that came in there that day and didn't blow me away, them were brave motherfuckers. Because if I had to come in a situation and face somebody like that, I'm wetting them, dog. I already know what the bullet feels like. I'm wetting them. I can't take that gamble, dog. So that's fucked up. For me to say that I couldn't even have gave myself that much slack. So I got to say that they're kind of heroic, man.
Man, hey.
You know?
Man,
so now back to the cop in his knee on my man's neck, okay? Now, that dude had little man complex. He was just a little ass. The only reason he even looked like any size because of his vest. He's about as big as his vest. I always used to look at him at the nightclub like, why would they hire him for extra outside muscle to clear the crowd? I always used to look at him like that. And then when I saw him in the pictures, first thing I looked at is his arms. I'm like, that dude's a skinny ass cop. How is he just beasting on a dude like that? And then I see he was handcuffed down, and I'm like, man, yeah, Buddy got charged with 3rd-degree murder at some time today. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the second cop in Minneapolis to get charged with murder. The first one was a Somalian cop, ironically, you know what I'm saying, which is rare. I've only seen one or two Somalian cops in my lifetime, but he accidentally somehow came to a scene, I guess, of like some kind of alleged rape or something crazy, and he ended up, it was crazy as hell, but he ended up like shooting the white lady that called the cops, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Hey,
I'm
but
like,
think about this though.
you said what?
They've known each other for over 10 to 15 years.
Is that what they're saying about them too?
That's what they're saying about it.
So now remember I said their
And like
running
the
could have been
cops say
before
that
I
the
was
cops
there.
ex.
So they've known each other longer than I was around there. So it's like
And,
an old
and
vendetta,
there's a
man.
woman. And there's a woman in between them. So they really know each other.
What woman? There couldn't be no woman in between them as far as like, I can't see one bitch fucking with my man and then fucking with the scrawny little pig, you know?
His fiance was the cop's ex. So George's fiance was with the cop.
Okay, you know what?
That's
So you know what? You know what? I think is she Asian? Because I think they were saying that his Asian part, he was like married to his Asian part. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the cop had him a bad little one that he just shouldn't have had. We see that from time to time. We're like, what the fuck is this bitch doing with him? You know what I'm saying? So maybe that was the case, bro. If that's really the facts, then you dug deeper than I know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's deep right there. If he done stole the cop's bitch, it was straight up premeditated murder. You know he's got to take the
if
man.
they got a little bit of knowledge about who each other is, like like if you got any type of humanity and you know this person, and you see he's down, you ain't gonna continue to put pressure on him.
What I tell you, remember when he see me at the bus stop, what did he do? Tried to give me a ride. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you knew me, and if I was Joe Blow, you wouldn't have offered that. But like, so you know compassion, motherfucker. You knew better. You knew him from the code. You knew he was a working man. That's the problem. You knew he was a working man, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in the game, dog. If I'm riding around and I'm on bullshit and I got, I expect cops to look at me and maybe be like, you know what? I'll be like, search the car. If they get too suspicious, I'll be like, man, just search the car. I ain't got nothing here. Hurry the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's up, dog. You know?
No, look. He's like, you're marrying my ex that may or may not have broke my heart, and now I got you under my knee.
I can't even imagine that, dude. Like, is that so? Where are you getting that story? Where are you getting? I'm not questioning. I'm just wondering, like, bro, that's.
Hey, I keep the social engine going.
Yeah, and see, I'm not okay. Let me tell you, all the news I'm giving you is coming from people that I know, or else little like I don't watch the news. I try to stay away from it because it can be propaganda and shit like that. I'd rather come on YouTube, and I had to stop watching a lot of YouTubers dirty because it turned into some like punk ass pussy shit where it's like now y'all making it look like that y'all should be locked up. You're making convicts look bad coming on here, getting into little arguments and little beefs, and y'all motherfuckers are like some little kids who never fucking matured. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I ain't never seen you get into no shit like that. That's why I was like, you know what? Dirt got a small channel, but I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I fuck
Very
with
good.
him. But I never was gonna come on here and say shit ever, dog. But it's just that time where I'm just gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know, like, I'm not really doing nothing, though. I don't do shit. So I'm not really like out here like exposing myself or being like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really against certain shit on social media as far as like, bro, people are on here flashing bangers and doing shit that they can't get up out of that case ever. All it takes is for the police to come to you. They got that in a file somewhere and they can bring that to you, dog, anytime. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's just a lot of shit going wrong with this social media shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there can also be a lot of positivity. And, you know, I just refuse to get into it with somebody about anything. I'm just gonna keep it real. We ain't gonna do no arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if a motherfucker's opinion differs from mine, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get roped into some dumbass beef where I gotta drive halfway across the country to box just to save face. I couldn't believe that. I was like, man, my man's tripping, but I was like, that's some gangster shit. But it ain't worth it no more, dog. It ain't worth it no more. You know? You said what?
They end up boxing.
You ain't heard about that one?
No.
You ain't heard about how Buddy went up there from Florida? He
Oh,
went up to Boston
the
and got down on Buddy. You didn't hear about that, huh?
nah.
Yeah, man. He went out there. Old boy from you know who I'm talking about without saying anything, right?
The dude from Florida, the white boy.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he went up there and put the work on, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know really what brought him to that area, but I don't care what brought you to that area. You went. I'm not driving all the way across the country. If you burn me for some racks, I'm not chasing you that far, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying though? Like that he blew me away. He really blew me away. Now you didn't read my papers, so you know I get crazy. But to me, I'm like, damn, you didn't really took it there, huh? So I gotta respect it, but I just hope that everybody keeps their freedom and nobody like, come on, man, don't just give the boys, don't just give yourself to them.
Man,
Make it hard. Make them do their work, man.
It's not cool on any level.
Don't just turn yourself into these people. You know what I'm saying, bro? That should be hurting my feelings when I see people just doing the fool, and then like a month or two later, you'll see the aftermath, and you'll be like, damn, man, like, yeah, I knew that wasn't the thing to do, you know?
Man, I feel that for sure. Hey, when that county jail door closed behind you, and you step in that motherfucker, I have it sooner than later.
Yeah, I don't know how my man felt when they cuffed him today, but I
did that different.
He's in trouble though, bro. I'm telling you, now we didn't see a lot of injustices go. But when I seen him like take my man's life and then still stay on top of him,
yeah.
In the video, I ain't even gonna say this part, but take his life and then still stay on top of him, bro. That did I was like, oh, like I knew that shit wasn't even gonna fly. And what surprised me is it wasn't even like the OGs or the gangbangers. I think that even really got out there. Not that they're extinct here for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They killed that shit, that Crime Stoppers shit, but they took a bite out of crime, man. That McGruff shit. Oh man, that motherfucker, man. Anyway, so